Are you finding it hard to customize some SwiftUI views? Well, you're in luck, because today we are going to dive deep into SwiftUI all the way down into UIKit. Yes, because SwiftUI, if you haven't already known, is built upon UIKit. So, if you do want to build out this layout with the help of UIKit, of course in SwiftUI, make sure to hit that subscribe button, open up Xcode, and let's dive in. So let's see how we can actually dive deep underneath SwiftUI into UIKit to get those elements that you need that aren't available in SwiftUI. Before we do that, let me just remind you again about Dev Factory. It's at rebeloper.com/mentoring. You can see the link in the description or on the screen right now. If you are stuck with your coding, if you have a bug, or if you just simply want to learn UIKit, SwiftUI, go ahead and check out rebeloper.com/mentoring, where I will help you on a 1-hour one-on-one Zoom meeting. Go ahead and check it out, rebeloper.com/mentoring. So we are going to dive deep into SwiftUI all the way down to UIKit. As you know, or if you haven't known, now you will know that SwiftUI is built upon UIKit. So it uses UIKit elements and of course it's SwiftUI. So that's the UI part. But how do we actually access the UIKit part? And for that, we have a really nice GitHub repository from Sightline. It's called SwiftUI INTROSPECT, and we are going to use that. So what I've done here is just created a simple, I just started a simple Xcode project. I haven't touched anything here, it's just the simple content view. So what we are going to do first of all is just import our GitHub repositories. So go to Sightline /SwiftUI INTROSPECT. You will see the links in the description. So there's one link for the resources. You will see all of the resources on my site. So just click on this code and copy out the HTTPS, go back to Xcode. Now select your project, Swift packages, click on the plus sign and paste that in there. Click on next. And let's see, the current version that I'm using is 0.1.2, and yeah, if you are taking a look at this in the far future, well, maybe some of the things might not work, but that's okay, because Introspect is built in a way that it will not break your code, it will not crash, and you will see some elements are not working in iOS 14, but they were in iOS 13. That's because Apple with SwiftUI, they are kind of changing how SwiftUI interacts with the underlying UIKit, and some things might not work. Okay, so yeah, and by the way, if they do not work, most probably there's a way to do it already in SwiftUI, and you will see this in an example in this tutorial. So let's click on next here, and let's wait for this to build. And yeah, it finished. Well, not build, just importing our Introspect. And what we have to do in the content view, and now I will just make this a little bit larger so we can see a lot more code. I will just import. There we go. So we just imported Introspect, and yeah, this text doesn't do much. Yeah, and by the way, there are some views in SwiftUI that don't have an equivalent in UIKit. So the text, there isn't that, it isn't a UI label. It's not tied to that. The button, there isn't anything like that. And let me just see what's the other one. Let's just scroll all the way down here. Yes, the image. It's basically on UIKit. It's not an UI image view. Okay, so let's move forward. And I have prepared a default SwiftUI view right over here, which has all of the elements that I want to talk about here. It doesn't make sense to waste time on typing that code. So what I will do is just copy and paste it out from my cheat sheet here, and you will find this starter inside the resources. So let me just copy that out, and what I will do is just replace the content view. So right over there. So let's just select one of our simulators here and build and run. So basically what we have here is a tab view, a navigation view, list, and on that list there's a toggle, and if that toggle is switched on and off, it depends. We are showing some other views also. So there we go. We have this really nice interface, and if we just tap on it, we have here a bouncing horizontal scroll, and we have our text field, our slider, our stepper, our date picker, and our segmented picker. So it is actually a picker of style, segmented picker style. Okay, now this is the demo project. What we will do is change all of these elements. Well, some of these changes can already be done in SwiftUI, but while we are changing this, you will see how INTROSPECT works. So all of these elements, most of them can be changed. Okay, so let's just start off by going and taking a look at our tab, the tab view, and that is in UIKit. It's the tab bar controller. So what we want to do here is just go all the way down, and here we have our tab view, and we are adding our tab item, and basically at this parentheses ends our tab view. So let me just scroll all the way up. As you can see, that's our tab view. Okay, so what we want to do, it's really simple. So we have imported INTROSPECT, so just go INTROSPECT, and as you can see, we have quite a lot here, and let's just choose tab bar controller. Now we can customize our UI tab bar controller, so let's hit return again and type in there tab bar controller so we may access it. Tab bar controller. Okay, so now we can grab that tab bar controller and basically do whatever we can in UIKit with it. Some things will happen, so you will see it. Some things might not, as I told you, because yeah, maybe SwiftUI isn't using it from UIKit anymore. So what I would like to do is change the bar tint color. So let's just go over and grab our tab bar here from the tab bar controller, and bar tint color equals UI color, and I would just use system. Oh, we need a dot there. So system yellow. Okay. And basically that's it for our tab bar controller. Of course, you can customize the tab bar further if you wanted to. But yeah, now you can see that we can access it over there. Okay, so that's it for our tab bar controller. Let's talk about our navigation. Okay, so the navigation view is right over here inside our tab view. So what we want to go do is just right before our tab item, so we are setting the tab item on that view, we want to grab our navigation view and just again .introspect, and now just go search for a navigation controller. We have a navigation controller here, so navigation controller, there we go. And what do we want to do on the navigation controller? Again, we are going to set the bar tint color. Of course, if you are familiar with UIKit, you can set quite a lot of things right over here on the navigation bar or for the navigation controller. I'm just going to do with this example. So navigation bar, there we go, and bar tint color equals, again, UI color dot system yellow. Let's build and run and see how this looks like. And now we will see that, yes, there it is. It's yellow. Really nice. So what do we want to do next? Well, as you can see here, we have a list. And a list is actually a UI table view. So let's just try to do some stuff here. And yeah, basically, by the way, spoiler alert, this is one thing that we are going to get some trouble in with, but hey, just so you know, it will not break your code. So the list is right over here. Yes, so having that cursor there, just scroll all the way down. So before the navigation bar title. So introspect, and let's just go with table view. So table view, there we go. And we have our table view. Now, this was really helpful in iOS 13. If you are working on iOS 13, then this will work. On iOS 14, unfortunately, it doesn't work. But hey, you can also use a scroll, a for each, and a VStack. Yeah, of course, yes. But that's not for this tutorial. So table view, let's just grab our table view, and we might want to remove the separators. So let's just go separator style, separator style. Of course, we can set the separator color also, but yeah, not at this time because it will not work. But let me just show you. So you can set the separator style to none. As you can see, it's accessible because it's in UIKit. But unfortunately, in iOS 14, this basically doesn't work. So yeah, that's one thing that doesn't work. So you have to think about another tweak. Okay, but there are still a lot of good stuff in INTROSPECT that you can use. So yeah, as you can see, it didn't break anything. It didn't crash your code. It's there, but it actually doesn't do anything. So let's just take a look at what we want to move forward with, and I think we have our toggle here. So let me just show you. So we have our toggle here, and I want to customize my toggle. So what I will do is just change the on and off colors. Let's start off with the off right over here. So dot introspect, as you would expect, and the toggle is actually a switch in kind of UIKit terms. So switch, introspect switch, and here we have our UI switch. But if I just go here and type in switch, that's the switch statement. So I would just move on with the toggle. And now we can get the background color. And of course we are, let me just show you the background color first. So toggle dot background color equals, again, UI color. Let's just use yellow again. So system yellow. So it's throughout the app. Maybe it's the main color of our app. And yeah, that's okay. But these corner radiuses need to be implemented. So there's a nice little hack here that we can use. And we are going to grab the layers corner radius. So toggle dot layer dot corner radius equals, and I want to set it the half of our height. So toggle dot frame dot height divided by 2. And basically that's it. Now we will see that, okay, our off state is of yellow. Really nice. Okay, so when I switch it on, you can see there's this green. Now in UIKit terms, it would be our on tint color. So let's see what happens when I add the toggle dot on tint color equals, let's go UI color dot, I don't know, maybe red. So let's see if this takes effect. And I'm saying if because I do know that actually it doesn't. And that's because we already have a SwiftUI component for this, and that is the toggle style. So let me just remove this. It doesn't really matter. It can be left in there, but I will just add in here our toggle style, and that will be a switch toggle style. So switch toggle style. And if you start with an open parenthesis for the initialization, you will see that we have something called here a tint. And this is where I'm going to add a red right over here. So now the on tint color will be red. Let's see. There we go. Real nice red. Quite nice. Okay, let's move forward. So this is okay. It's kind of half and half, but really nice. And let's move to our scroll view. So the most important part that I'm using in INTROSPECT is the scroll view. So on the scroll view, Currently, you can set the axis and should it show the indicator, but that's about it. Now in UIKit we have a lot more there. So does it bounce? Let's say, is it paging? Those two are very, very clear that I want to use. So let's just choose with the bounce. So currently it is bouncing. As you can see, the slider is, so the scroll view is bouncing. So let's make this not bounceable. So let's go to our scroll view and right on the horizontal stack. So you might want to add this onto your actual scroll view, but it will not work. You want to add it inside the scroll view on the horizontal stack. So yeah, this is kind of strange, but it is what it is. You know, with the navigation view, there's also these strangers, but that's what you want to do. So INTROSPECT scroll view, we have our scroll view right over here. And now if I just grab our scroll view, we can have here like pages, or let me just type this out first. So bounces equals false. And now we should see auto completion. Yes, so it's highlighted. Yeah, basically you can choose whatever property our UI scroll view has. And now if I'm trying to bounce, it will not bounce. As you can see, it's just stopping there, which actually I did want it. Okay, so let's move forward. And the next one is our text field. Now for the text field, yeah, you can have a lot there, but again, I'm going to go with the colors. Let's just go INTROSPECT text field. We have our text field there, and let's just set its background color. So text field dot layer, actually you want to access its layer. Yeah, if layer, those of you who are coming from UIKit already know this. A layer has a background color, and that is a CG color. So we are going to start off with the UI color dot system yellow dot CG color. Okay, now we have those highlights, so everything is green or whatever, and now it should work. So let's see that background color right over there. Really, really nice. Okay, let's move forward with the slider. Now, with the slider, again, I want to set the slider's tint color to be yellow, not this blue. So I'm going to grab our slider dot introspect, and this is a slider. Let me just copy that out. And on the slider, I'm going to actually, what should we do? Well, I believe it's called tint color. Let's see. So tint color. Unfortunately, there isn't auto completion. Maybe it's because of Xcode being lazy on me right now, but that's it. It's a tint color, UI color dot system yellow. And let's see, let's hit Command R. Yeah, everything builds. Most probably it will be like we want it to. Yes, indeed. And yeah, we can change it as we want it. So next up is the stepper. And by the way, the stepper has the same state variable added in there. So that's why we can see the changes once we click on this stepper. We see the changes on the slider. So on the stepper, I want to make the background color of this stepper to be yellow also. So for that, we are going to access again its layers background. So stepper dot introspect and stepper. So stepper, there we go. Stepper. And let me just copy that out, dot layer. Yeah, now we have auto completion. So background color equals UI color dot system yellow, and we need a CG color for that layer's background color. Okay, again, Command R to see this build, and yeah, there we go. But we kind of don't have the corner radius over here. So what we want to do is add a corner radius on the layer. So stepper dot layer dot corner radius, equals, let's set this to 7. That will be perfect for our stepper. So build and run again and take a look at it. Really, really nice. Okay. Next up is the date picker. On the date picker, I want to set the tint color like this bluish date that we have here. Let's set the date color right over there. So INTROSPECT date picker, and we have our date picker right over there. Let me just have some more room here. And the date picker tint color equals UI color dot system yellow. Okay, so now you can see how easy it is to just go and grab the underlying UIKit element. There we go. Really, really nice. And now everything is yellow. Perfect. Okay, so last we have our, what do we have here? Our picker. But again, this, if you, in UIKit, it's a segmented control. So on the picker, we are going to style the segmented picker styled picker. Yeah, it was kind of a rant there, but that's what we want to have. And just go and type in INTROSPECT and segmented control. We have our segmented control. Okay. Let me just copy this out, paste it in there, and I want to set its background colors. Well, again, we are going to access the layer. So layer dot background color equals UI color dot system yellow dot CG color. Okay, I think that's about it for our segmented control. Let's just take a look at it. And really, really nice. Okay, so if you do miss anything, like a new component or yeah, maybe you are creating a SwiftUI view that you are creating in with a UIKit element, then you can just roll out your own. INTROSPECT has how to implement your own selector. Just go ahead and take a look at that. And here are the methods. Well, basically, that's it for INTROSPECT. Now you know how you can actually take advantage of the underlying UIKit elements from a SwiftUI view. Now, if you do like my teaching style, go ahead and check out rebeloper.com/mentoring.com, where you can ask any questions about, let's say, SwiftUI or UIKit, or if you do have a bug in your code, go ahead and check it out, because I can help you in a 1-hour one-on-one Zoom meeting. So this is how easy it is to grab a hold of UIKit inside a SwiftUI view. Now, if you did like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And while you are at it, make sure to hit that notification bell to get notified of new videos. Now, while you wait for those new videos, take a look at these exciting new ones that I have on my channel. I talk a lot about SwiftUI, Swift in general, and as usual, I will see you in the next one.